It is for the court to make a decision. You have been playing up in the previous hour what the court has to say. I ask you to play up in this hour what the court has to say. She says that she is not satisfied with 5 people being found guilty. She feels that it will only be just if the 6th person is found guilty. But the court feels that it hasn't received adequate evidence, notwithstanding the evidence she has tendered, that the 6th person is guilty. And she says, if you don't hang the 6th person, you hang me. Now, I cannot dispense this kind of kangaroo justice in a country that is based on the constitution.
30 years is
Tavleen
not
Singh may not like the
justice.
country,
30
and I would be
years.
delighted to see her take her presence elsewhere.
I didn't say I didn't like the country. I didn't say
our
that.
system,
I didn't
the
say
only
that.
way in which we can,
Take her
the only
presence
way we
elsewhere,
can secure
indeed.
justice is through the institutions
the
of justice,
cynicism
and
of
the
what he's
institutions of justice have not exhausted their capacity. And I would appeal to Jagbir Kaur
To spend
that
another
instead of
30
asking
years.
to be hanged, for which she has done nothing to deserve that hanging, she should continue to utilize the judicial system until it gets exhausted, like Zakia Jafri in Gujarat, to secure the justice that she seeks.
Okay,
I just
Tavleen
don't
and then
believe
Mr.
this.
Phulka. Yeah.
Do you know the cynicism of what this man just said? The cynicism. One, I didn't say I didn't want to be in this country, but I would be very happy to see someone like you not in this country, because your cynicism over the worst pogrom led by your political party, and you can talk like this after 30 years? If it was your children who were killed, like hers were, would you be sitting there so sanguine and saying, let her go for another 30 years? I'm sorry, these are, I'm shocked at you, Mani. I thought that you were a man of some sensibility and compassion. I'm really appalled.
Yeah, I saw the way you sucked up to me for 6 months after that.
Sucked up to you?
So I don't take your statement seriously.
Sucked up to you? How
You're
dare
just
you? What
a
do you mean
gossip
sucked up to
who
you?
goes to parties and writes books about it.
No, hang
I
on.
have no
Oh,
respect.
come on,
hang on,
one
hang on, hang
minute.
on.
I've
This
never
is
had
not-
any respect.
Mani
This
Shankar,
is not about me. It's about a political issue.
Mani Shankar Iyer.
Well, then keep it there.
Yeah, well,
keep
don't
it there
be,
instead
don't
of
you
telling
dare
me
be
your
so
thing.
offensive.
You can say
I've
what you
seen
want.
you be offensive to
But
other
don't-
people. You're taking
trying to
someone
bring
on.
me in
I'm
using
sorry.
all kinds of
I'm
filthy
sorry.
adjectives. I reject
I
them.
said
I
you were
resist
cynical.
Okay, let me just come in here.
Your
Mani,
mouth
you
is
really
full
are.
of
Mani
rubbish,
Shankar
and
Iyer-
it should have been soaked out.
Mani
of this
Shankar
mouth.
Iyer, we were not discussing
I
Tavleen
know,
Singh.
my
We are
God.
discussing the
In that
1984
case,
riots.
please don't discuss me.
I wasn't
Discuss
discussing you.
the
I
issue.
said you were very
Why did you
cynical.
allow her to say all this rubbish?
Why
about
did you say you should
I-
leave this country? Who are you to say that?
Okay, I want to
Well,
come
I
back to
said
the
if
issue.
if you don't believe in justice in this country, I said you can
Let me
leave
ask
it.
you a question.
I didn't ask you to
Okay,
go.
okay, here's
I
the
said
question.
You can follow
You said
up
you should-
your own
Okay.
description of this.
Okay,
matter
let's
that is
please
allowed.
not personalize a conversation that is about a much larger issue.
Yeah,
Here's my
I know.
question.
Shame
Mani
on
Shankar
you.
Of
Iyer.
course. Go
1
back
minute.
to the major
Shame
issue.
on you.
1 minute. Mani Shankar Iyer.
Go back to the major issue.
Shame
Not
on
shame
you,
on me.
Mani Shankar
Shame
Iyer.
on you.
Shame
You're the
on
most
you for
shameless
distracting
woman I never
attention
met
Okay,
in
by
my
being
life.
Tavleen and
offensive.
Mani.
You write these
Tavleen and
filthy
Mani,
books.
please.
Look,
Please.
You base them
He's
on
taking
gossip.
away from the
I
main
think you
issue
are
by
a
talking
load
about
of
these
rubbish.
filthy books and things.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute. 1 minute. There is a woman sitting here who lost 5 members of her
Tavleen,
family.
please let me answer.
Yes,
Tavleen,
Mr. Phulka,
please.
go ahead. Mr. Phulka,
Please
go
let
ahead.
me answer.
Yes, Mr. Phulka, go ahead, please.
Yes.
Please. We are
Now-
not
now,
discussing a
Mr.
personal
Mr.
conflict.
Ravi-
We have to talk about the issue. Mr. Phulka, yes.
That is right. So now when Mr. Mani Shankar talks about the kangaroo court, now Sajjan Kumar has produced in the court the action taken report of the government, and he says that the government rejected the recommendation of Nanavati Commission to
Yes.
register a case against him.
Yes.
And he say it is only under political pressure of my opponent the case is registered. Now,
Yes.
number one. Number two, what action the government has taken against that police officer who gives a clean chit and filed the closure report which Sajjan Kumar used in his favor? What action the government has taken against that police officer who has prepared the charge sheet, kept it in the file for 21 years, did not file in the court, and then after 21 years when this charge sheet will come today, then you will say law has taken its action, the courts have acquitted them. You are rewarding those officers.
Yeah.
You are rewarding those
Absolutely.
That's the
officers,
kangaroo
giving them
court.
promotions.
Yeah.
Now, this is the kind of the justice which you which this party and the government believes in?
That's a kangaroo court.
Naresh Gujral, what happens next? The fact of the matter is that people who lose their families, whether in Gujarat or whether in Delhi in 1984, what sort of lonely battles do we expect them to fight to just keep at it for year after year after year after year?
Barkha, as Mr. Phulka said, that those who are carrying on the investigations, they have a vested interest in ensuring that the guilty are not punished. It's shoddy investigations, and this will continue year after year unless Supreme Court steps in, or when the Congress government is not there and this fear is not there in these officers, probably the truth will surface.
Mani, let me ask you this. If the Congress did not feel accountable, why did the Prime Minister apologize? We say so often, why doesn't Narendra Modi apologize for what happened on his watch in Gujarat in 2002? The Congress did apologize, but it took 25 years.
Well, I think that was a very sad thing. I really think the Congress should have apologized much earlier. What the Congress did instead, all these 25 years ago, was after Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi had ensured that within a couple of days of this rioting beginning, this pogrom beginning, it was brought to an end, and thereafter there was a continuous series of
What are you saying, Mani?
against
For
non-Sikhs.
3 days and 3 nights,
finish?
the killings
May I
went
finish?
on. Mr.
May I
Gandhi
finish?
refused to call the army out.
All right, Mr.
Oh, people were begging him. People
Mis-
were begging your
Mr.
Home Minister, Mr. Narasimha Rao. People
Okay.
like Mr. I.K. Gujral, Mr. Chandrasekhar, Air Marshal Arjun Singh, General Arora. Time and again they were begging them. They refused to call the army out. Army was 40 kilometers
I'd
away.
like to say something else.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Okay, Mani, go ahead.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to complete my sentence. Mr. Phulka is a lawyer. He knows the judicial process much better than I do. He also knows the case of Mrs. Jaffrey, who is fighting her lonely battle,
Yeah.
fighting it with the help of people like Teesta Setalvad, and who will continue until and unless she gets the kind of justice that she thinks she deserves. And I think Mr. Phulka would well serve his clients if he were to persist along the same course, and instead of bringing these charges against an innocent TV guest, bring them against whomever he wishes in the courts of law.
Okay.
But I cannot accept that that somebody who is so determined that he has the version of the truth can prevail over the justice system. Now, if Mr. Phulka has failed as a lawyer at this lower court, I give him my best wishes to succeed at a higher court. And as far as Mr. Naresh Gujral is concerned, let me assure him that over the last 20 years, there have been non-Congress governments in office for at least 8 years. During the course of those 8 years, he and his colleagues, including the party with which he's aligned just now, could have done everything that Mr. Phulka desires
Okay.
that the government should have done.
Okay.
And the fact is that they failed to do it, perhaps because they couldn't do it.
Okay.
And in these circumstances, instead of trading insults and trading charges, it is best that they have further recourse to the justice system and continue to utilize it, just like that brave woman, Mrs. Jaffrey, is doing.
Okay, I have to end. Tavleen, a quick last word to you.
Okay, for a start, I want to back up Naresh on the army not being called out. I covered those riots. The minute they were not riots, I covered that program. The day that the army was allowed to just be deployed, the mobs disappeared. Okay, so to say that the Prime Minister was trying to save Sikh lives, etc., he did not. Secondly, when we're talking about kangaroo justice, and it's taken 30 years for 3,000 people in this city alone to get even a semblance of justice, that is kangaroo justice. So let's be very clear that in this country, of which I am very proud, although Mani Shankar Iyer may not think so, I would like to see justice done, because I believe that we could have stopped this kind of violence years ago if justice was not just done, but seen to be done.
Can I give the last word to Jagdish ji? Jagdish ji, अब आगे आप अपील करेंगी इस ये जो वर्डिक्ट है, आगे लड़ाई जारी रखेंगे?
देखो, मैं तो जब तक जीऊँगी लड़ती रहूँगी, तो इंसाफ का तो मुझे आपको पता ही है।
तो आप अपील करेंगे?
मेरा विश्वास तो टूट गया है बिल्कुल भी। मेरे पिताजी
मैं उनको मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूँ
क्योंकि
कि आप लड़ते रहिए।
अरे भैया, मेरे पिताजी फ्रीडम फाइटर थे, आजादी की लड़ाई लड़ते थे, सारी उम्र जेलों में काटी है।
और हौसला देता हूँ आपको कि आप
हम रुलते रहे हैं,
न्याय के खोज में आप संघर्ष करते रहिए और अल्लाह करे कि आप जीत जाए।
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. It is a lonely battle. Easy for us to sit here and say keep fighting to women who have lost everything and then have to face a judicial system where it's taken now more than 2 decades for us to even reach this point. That is the real shocker. We wish you strength. हम चाहते हैं कि आपकी लड़ाई किसी तरह जहाँ से भी आपने हिम्मत पाई वो हिम्मत आपको और मिले। जगदीश कौर, तवलीन सिंह, मणिशंकर अय्यर, नरेश गुजराल, H.S. Phulka. We leave it there. We're taking a quick break. When we return, the latest on the situation of Sarabjit Singh in Pakistan and why